you for coming. I know you would have been really happy to see all you guys. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Love you guys. Thanks.
Thanks.
It was amazing. So amazing. I loved hearing the stories. I could listen to Kathleen forever. I did write notes because I had to. To be asked to share here is just an honor. I had the honor and privilege of knowing Danny for 13 years. And, you know, that was a little over a third, or a little under a third of my life. But it was only a seventh of his life. So I was a very small piece in his puzzle. But he was a very big piece in mine. I met Danny in 2006. My life was a wreck, as some of you remember. You know, Danny was a consistent member at Tri-Valley Fellowship. He was a staple there. And I knew that when I went to a meeting there, he would more than likely be there. The consistency was comforting. He was comforting. There was a bond there for me from day one. I remember crying to him on the 4th of July picnic in '07, before I had to clean up some of my wreckage and go to a 4-month summer camp in Arizona. And Danny was so straightforward. He said, you go in, you keep your nose clean, you come out, and you keep on keeping on. He wasn't the most sensitive guy. He was a straight shooter, and that's what I needed. Danny lived 2 blocks from us and became a regular part of our family. He shared in our kids' birthday parties and graduation parties and our family Christmas parties. If there was food, he was there. He had a wooden chair in our house that we were going to get rid of, but we couldn't because it was the only chair he could sit in comfortably. It's the ugliest thing, and it's still there. It was Danny's chair. He'd come over and watch football games at our house every year. And I remember one of the games, he said, if you want me to come over for Super Bowl Sunday, you better get a bigger TV because I'm not watching on this shit. So, of course, we went out the following weekend and bought a 55-inch screen TV. And I had to give him shit. Like, I didn't want to hear you moan and groan, you know. But the reality was, I loved that man. I loved that man at our house. I felt honored he wanted to spend time with us. When he was there, Blake and Nick would come out of their room because they wanted to be around him. They always wanted to be around Danny. They would even go like leaf blow his yard and bag leaves, and I couldn't get them to do anything unless there was food involved. They just adored Danny. He lived a long life. I mean, to give you perspective, he was born in 1929, right? So a new Mustang then was $800. A new Mustang today is like $60,000. Speaking of Mustangs. As most of you know, Danny's Mustangs were his pride and joy. Well, when he decided to buy a new one a couple of years back, our son Blake bought his older one from him. Every time we'd see Danny or he'd come over, he would ask how that car was. Blake loved that car. He loved the speed of that car. He loved the speed so much of that car that he decided to drive really fast in Ruby Hills on a rainy night, took a corner a little quickly, and hit a very expensive brick mailbox that totaled that car. He was so scared to tell Danny. After a few selective words that Danny had with Blake, he said, I'm just glad you're okay. But the last couple of years, every time he saw him, he mentioned how much he loved that car. And when I was at his house on Saturday after he passed, and Kathleen was like, you know, take whatever you want. We're walking through, and there's a picture of that car on his refrigerator, and of course I had to take it and give You know, I have many stories, but Danny had a mouth on him. He had a potty mouth, and he had 2 middle fingers that matched that mouth. I remember one time going to Avaya Stadium to see Chris's better half, Chris's daughter, play Lynn in a U.S. women's soccer match, and from the parking lot to the seat was a good jaunt, and every third word was a cuss word. But you know, by the time we got up to that seat, he was so happy to be there. He just wanted to be part of. He was so grateful. I mean, all of that bitching and griping up to the seat until we get there, and you never heard a bitch. He was just so present. And that's what he taught me. You know, be present. Must be present to win. I think Chris got the car on the way back. We didn't want to hear it the whole way. So I love spending time with him. My husband spent many hours on his couch seeking marital wisdom. You know, Danny had a lot of experience in You know, whether it would be at our home watching sports or celebrating an event or out to dinner or at fair concerts, you know, if we went out, we asked him, and just grateful. He loved living. He loved meetings. He loved going to AA. Danny taught me in the 13 years I knew him, you show up. You continue to go to meetings for the newcomer. You share your experience. And then you can remember what it was like. I can tell you, I've never left a meeting worse than when I walked in. Monday, May 20th may have been the most important meeting I've been to date. There happened to be, 8 or 10 of us in the VA hospital. We're all kind of sharing our experience, and he said, I want a meeting. And Chris Doyle, I don't know where the hell he had this big book, but he pulled one out so fast and threw it on the bed, and we all grabbed hands, and we had an AA meeting in the hospital. At that meeting, he was able to announce that he had 46 years of sobriety. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to announce that. And he got to. I left that meeting broken, but so freaking grateful. It reminds me what a gift AA is. Danny was all about sobriety, and just 36 hours before he passed, he wanted a meeting. The passion he had was great. I'll end with this. Danny Brown was the only boyfriend I was allowed to have. I was very honored that I was his girlfriend. Damien even didn't care. You know, we'd go to the hospital, or when I was at the VA hospital, the doctor would come in and say, who are you? He would say, this is my girlfriend. If we were at a meeting, this is my girlfriend, this is my girlfriend. I was so proud. So here I am 5 days after he passes away, I'm hanging out with Kathleen, and she's so sensitive. She goes, hey honey, I don't mean to, burst your bubble, but there was a few girlfriends. Angelina was one of them. Danny was a ladies' man. This I know to be true. That man knew I loved him. And I knew he loved me. Thank you for the important life lessons, Danny, for the no BS approach, and for being you. Enjoy that big meeting in the sky, and behave.